He was one person who was very resolute, and he was one person who never showed any wavering. And when we said that we are determined that we are not going to step back and we are going to stay put and make the Chinese retreat, for us it's a decision making, but for him it's an execution of the decision. He gave his best to execute the decisions that were taken. He gave his best to execute the decisions that were taken. We had never found him wanting in any of the decisions that were taken, even when he had at times some reservations on few of them. But he was always a person who was very, very forward-looking and who was very determined to achieve the results and whatever it may be the cost. But his professionalism, I remember that is when in 2017 we were having a very tough situation with the Chinese, and at that time it is he who, we used to hold the meeting in my house late at night at about 9:30. I think General Bhatt who was the DGM at that time, he was also there, and all of us used to sit and we used to plan and we used to discuss. He was one person who was very resolute, and he was one person who never showed any wavering. And when we said that we are determined that we are not going to step back and we are going to stay put and make the Chinese retreat, well, they did after a very long time, 74 or 75 days of the tough time. And I know that, well, for us it's a decision making, but for him it's an execution of the decision. And for an army chief and the DGMO, General Bhatt, who is here, probably it must have been a very, very difficult task to achieve what they did. And this is just one occasion. I think there are many other occasions when I found that his determination, this thing was always there. But more than a great soldier and more than a great hero and a great planner and a military thinker, he was also a great human being. His empathy, his love for his troops, his love for his countrymen, and a very simple man at heart. Any ordinary man, he came with any problem, he tried to help him. There was a man in my household who used to do a cook in my house, and he went to him and said he had some problem. His father was with the Garhwal Rifles, and he had not been able to get some. There was some problem about that. And General Rawat instantly told him, "Kal savare mere ghar aa jana. मैं तुम्हारा काम देखूंगा कैसे करते हैं." And he did his work. He was a very, very, you could never think. He said, "I have never been able to go to Lansdowne to the Garhwal Regimental Center to give my this thing because I thought that, well, I will never get access to any senior officer." But the General Rawat did, he talked to him for about more than half an hour, took down all the details, got it done, and then in about the next 5-6 days, he got his problem solved. That was his persona. That was his person. For him, no human being was a lesser mortal. He had a tremendous respect for anyone, and he wanted to help wherever he could.